Dal Lake, located in the city of Srinagar in the Indian-administered Kashmir, is considered one of the most beautiful lakes in the world. It is often called the Diamond of Kashmir, or the Mirror of Heaven on Earth, because its crystal-clear waters reflect the surrounding lush green mountains, snow-capped peaks, and blue sky, creating a mesmerizing landscape. Dal Lake is not just a natural lake, but also an important part of Kashmir's culture, history, and economy. For centuries, the lake has been the center of life for the local people, where people live, trade, and host tourists. Dal Lake is spread over an area of about 18 square kilometers. Although its original area has decreased over time, the lake is surrounded by magnificent natural scenery, with the Zaburun mountain range in particular. In spring, colorful flowers bloom here. In summer, greenery is seen in all its glory. In autumn, trees are adorned with golden and red colors, while in winter, snowfall wraps the entire area in a white blanket. The most unique feature of this lake is its famous Shikara boats. These beautiful wooden boats are not only a means of transportation but are also considered a symbol of Kashmiri culture. When the sun rises, the Shikaras slowly float on the water of the lake, and their reflection in the water presents an unforgettable scene. Tourists sit in these boats and tour the entire lake and enjoy different places. Another special feature of Dal Lake is its floating gardens, which are called Rad in the local language. These gardens are prepared on water where vegetables, flowers, and other crops are grown. This unique agricultural system is seen in very few places in the world, and this is why Dal Lake is considered one of the natural wonders. There are also several beautiful islands in and around the lake, including Ropelink, Sonalink, and other small islands. During the Mughal era, Emperor Jahangir and Queen Noor Jahan were greatly impressed by the beauty of this area. On their wishes, magnificent Mughal gardens like Shalimar Bagh, Nishat Bagh and Chashma Shahi were built on the banks of Dal Lake, which still attract millions of tourists today. Dal Lake is not only a tourist attraction but also a source of livelihood for thousands of local families. Many people operate houseboats, some ferry tourists around in Shikaras, while many people sell vegetables, flowers, handicrafts and Kashmiri products in floating markets on the water. The floating vegetable market that starts early in the morning is a unique experience for photographers and tourists from all over the world, where dozens of boats buy and sell on the water. Dal Lake is also home to various types of fish, waterfowl and aquatic plants, which further enhance its natural beauty. Some migratory birds also visit here in winter, which makes this place a special attraction for bird watchers. The beauty of Dal Lake has attracted poets, painters, filmmakers, and tourists for centuries. Several Indian films have also been shot in and around this lake, which has further increased its fame worldwide. Dal Lake is not just a natural lake but a world where water becomes the center of life. Every year, millions of tourists come to see the beauty of this lake. As soon as a tourist reaches Srinagar, his first desire is to visit Dal Lake. At sunrise, when the first rays of the sun fall on the water of the lake, the water starts to shine like gold, while in the evening, the golden colors of the sunset make this scene even more charming. The biggest attraction of Dal Lake is its famous Shikara ride. Shikara is a traditional Kashmiri wooden boat that is beautifully decorated with colorful clothes, embroidered curtains, and soft mattresses. When tourists sit in the Shikara and slowly travel on the water, they see lush mountains, floating gardens, houseboats, and colorful flowers all around them. The boatmen also provide interesting information about the history, culture, and various places of the lake while driving the Shikara with great skill, which makes the trip more memorable. Another unique feature of Dal Lake is its houseboats. These are beautiful wooden residential boats that are permanently anchored on the water. They feature exquisite Kashmiri wood carvings, handmade carpets, beautiful curtains, and comfortable rooms. Many houseboats also have dining facilities, sitting areas, balconies, and modern amenities. Tourists from all over the world consider staying in these houseboats or unique experience, as spending the night in the middle of the water and waking up in the morning to the peaceful atmosphere of the lake is an unforgettable feeling. Life in Dal Lake is not limited to the shores, but the entire population also lives on the water. Many families have been living here for generations. Their children go to school by boat. People reach the market in boats, and daily needs are also fulfilled by water. It feels like a city where roads have been replaced by water. The floating vegetable market of Dal Lake is very famous in the early morning. Before sunrise, farmers bring their fresh vegetables, flowers, and other agricultural products on dozens of boats. Then the buying and selling begins on the water itself. This scene is seen in very few places in the world, and that is why foreign photographers and tourists especially come to see this market. During the Shikara trip, tourists can also shop from small shops floating on the water. Some boats are selling Kashmiri saffron, some dry fruits, some handmade shawls, carpets, wooden handicrafts, or beautiful jewelry. Some boats also offer tea and Kashmiri traditional drinks, of which Kashmiri kahu is especially famous. The Mughal Gardens on the banks of Dal Lake are also a center of attraction for tourists. Shalimar Bagh, Nishat Bagh, and Chashma Shahi are famous all over the world for their beauty, fountains, lush lawns, and colorful flowers. The view of Dal Lake from these gardens looks very attractive, which is why thousands of tourists come here every day to take pictures and enjoy the natural beauty. The atmosphere of Dal Lake feels more peaceful and romantic at night. The lights of the houseboats and the buildings on the shore are reflected in the water, creating a scene as if the stars of the sky have descended to earth. The gentle breeze, the still water, and the sound of the Shikara boats coming from afar make one feel very close to nature. Dal Lake is not only important because of tourism, but it is also a strong pillar of the local economy. The income of thousands of people depends on tourists. Boatmen, houseboat owners, artisans, carpet weavers, shawl makers, flower and vegetable growers, hotel employees, and taxi drivers are all associated with this lake in one way or another. That is why Dal Lake is also called the aorta of Kashmir's economy. Over time, the lake has faced problems like pollution, encroachment, and aquatic plants. But various institutions and local people are working on cleaning and restoration projects to preserve this natural heritage so that future generations can also enjoy this unparalleled beauty. Dal Lake has been a symbol of Kashmir for centuries. Ancient travelers, historians, and poets have mentioned the beauty of this lake in their writings. When the Mughal emperors came to Kashmir, they were deeply impressed by the picturesque scenery of Dal Lake. Emperor Jahangir in particular famously said about Kashmir, "If there is a paradise on earth, It is here, it is here, it is here. Dal Lake was an important part of these landscapes, which prompted the Mughal rulers to build magnificent gardens here. Even today, Shalimar Bagh, Nishat Bagh, and Chashma Shahi remind us of this historical period. Over time, Dal Lake has not only become a natural place but has become a symbol of Kashmir's culture, art, literature, and tourism. Photographers, painters, filmmakers, and tourists from all over the world come here to preserve its beauty in their art. Beautiful scenes of many famous films have also been filmed on the banks of this lake, which has further increased its fame. The most amazing thing about Dal Lake is that a complete lifestyle is settled here on water. The floating gardens, markets, residential boats, and daily activities on the water are unique in the world. The people living here have been associated with this lake for generations. Their lives, culture, food, clothing, and traditions all revolve around this lake. Although Dal Lake is famous for its beauty, it also faces several environmental problems. Growing population, unplanned construction, pollution and discharge of sewage have affected the water quality of the lake. In some places, aquatic plants have grown in an unusual amount, which affects the flow of water and also reduces the natural beauty of the lake. Seeing these problems, the government, environmentalists and locals are working on various projects. Cleaning the lake, improving sewage drainage, stopping illegal construction and creating awareness among the locals are part of these efforts. Several voluntary organizations also conduct cleaning campaigns so that this natural heritage remains preserved. Dal Lake is also home to various types of fish, aquatic plants and migratory birds. In winter, birds from far-off places come here to stay, which further enhances the natural beauty of the lake. This is why this place is also considered very important for nature lovers. If you ever visit Dal Lake, sitting in a shikara early in the morning and watching the sunrise, viewing the floating vegetable market, drinking Kashmiri kahoha, spending the night in a houseboat and visiting the Mughal Gardens will make your trip memorable forever. The tranquility here, cool air, clear water and snow-capped mountains take a person very close to nature. Dal Lake is not just a tourist destination but a living cultural heritage, which represents the identity, history and beauty of Kashmir. This lake also teaches us how important it is to protect the blessings of nature. If we take care of our natural resources, then future generations will also be able to enjoy them in the same way as we do today. In conclusion, it can be said that Dal Lake is truly one of the few places in the world where nature, history, culture and human life are intertwined with such beauty that every visitor gets lost in its charm. This is why Dal Lake is considered the heart of Kashmir, the mirror of heaven and one of the most beautiful natural places in the world. A person who visits this lake once cannot forget its calm waters, colorful prey, beautiful houseboats, lush gardens and captivating landscapes for the rest of his life. Dal Lake is a natural treasure not only of Kashmir but of the entire subcontinent, the protection of which is the common responsibility of all of us.